Hi, welcome to Dinner and Drinks. I'm Wingnut, and tonight's episode is actually going to take the longest in real time and hopefully the shortest in video editing time. We are going to make Cubans from scratch. It is the start of Latinx Heritage Month. It goes all the way until October 15th. So we're actually going to do a bunch of Latin-inspired dishes. And this dish is a Cuban sandwich. It all starts first, we have to marinate our pork shoulder. And that's gonna take 24 hours to marinate. The next steps you see are what is gonna go into our marinade. This is our pork butt. Off to the side. Into our bowl here. We've got a bunch of ingredients that I like when it comes to making a pork butt. So first off, literally a pork butt. Buttload of cumin. I threw some lights on. Oregano. Garlic salt. Paprika. Thyme. Cayenne pepper. Chili powder. Fresh ground pepper, salt, and combine. All right, up next is a trick I saw on Sam the Cooking Guy to get some rub to stick to meat. We're going to use mustard, if it will ever come out of the bottle. I might be out of mustard. Mix this in. Also, my hands are clean, but I'm gonna wash them again after I mess with the mustard. And I'm trusting Sam. He said in his video it's not gonna taste mustardy. The flavor kind of cooks off. And if it doesn't, it's going on a Cuban sandwich anyway that has mustard, so it should work. Let's get our rub on. Get all the sides. And the tops and bottoms. Oh, I have made a mess. I'm gonna use all of it. There we go. We are going to vacuum pack this beast into a bag and into our bag. Hopefully we can see the vacuum packing action. And there we have it, a vacuum-packed pork butt. Look at that, that's a good view right there. And this is gonna sit in the fridge for 24 hours, and hopefully the meat soaks up all this goodness. And then we'll get to slow roasting this thing. It should take about 3 hours to get this thing all nice fork tender to build a Cuban sandwich. It is labor intensive, but the final product is worth it. So the next time I see you, it'll be 24 hours from literally right now. So literally it's been 24 hours since this piece of meat has been marinating in its spices that we made. It's time to cut the bag. Get out this gorgeous piece of meat. It smells delicious. And what we're gonna do is on this pan, we're gonna sear it on all sides. And now drop. This is so I don't burn my hand. Take a quick peek. Just a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna flip it on its side. Hopefully it stands up. If not, I'll hold it. Yeah, it looks like it's standing up. I think I'm definitely gonna have to hold it when I flip it that way. Let's move it to its bottom side. Flip it over to another side. Going to go ahead and stand it on its butt. This is where I have to hold it, so my arm is going to be here for a while. There we go. Now I got a better grip. And let's do the last little bit. There we go. That last little edge needs some attention. And while that finishes, I'm going to go ahead and get our pot back here ready. This is where it's going to slow cook. So in that, I'm going to throw a little bit of oil. It's about, I'm guessing, 2 tablespoons. I'm going to turn that off. And so that this doesn't cook anymore, we're going to take the meat off. Next step, we're going to throw in some onions, some garlic, some flavor in there. 1 Spanish red sliced. Oh, the oven helped me. And we're going to sweat these puppies down. Not till they're squishy, but like, so they've been a little cooked. Takes a while to break these beasts up, huh? You know, I've often wondered when I'm making this thing and like the final product, should I send it to Gordon Ramsay? You know how people do that on Twitter and then he either roasts them or says, ooh, that looks delicious? Should I dare take that try and send it to Gordon Ramsay? Because if he eviscerates me, there's no coming back, and this would be the last video. All right, the onions separated. We'll let them do their thing. Quick cut! You'll also notice that there's another pot in there. I am toasting, ooh, these are ready. Toasting some rice that we're gonna make rice and beans as a side. But first I wanna toast them just a little bit, and then we'll add in our, it's a cup of rice with 1 cup chicken stock, 1 cup water. Next, 6 cloves of garlic, because I like garlic. And some red pepper flake. There we go. I'm going to keep the lid off now so it doesn't do too much cooking. Because then we're going to kill the heat. We're at a medium. We're going to do this one low and slow. And the garlic I didn't like mince. I just roughly chopped. All right, so what's going to go in here next is a cup of orange juice, a cup of chicken stock, and then the juice of 1 lime. I went ahead and mixed it in its own measuring cup. It may look like it's super orangey, but everything's mixed together. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put the meat in. Just try and nestle it in there. Let's get some of the onions on top. And I'm going to let this go. It's a 3-hour process, so we'll check in every so often. I'm going to set a timer for like 35, 40 minutes each time, and I'm just going to keep rotating this so at least the bottom part isn't on direct heat at all times. But let our carnitas, basically almost carnitas, our pork for our Cuban, start to cook. Lid on, timer. Let's just call it 40. And in that time, for right now, what we're gonna do, let's let our rice go. So our chicken stock, 1 cup, 1 cup water. Yeah, that was ready to go. We're gonna do another quick cut, and by the time we come back, real quick for you, the water will be boiling. We're gonna kill the heat, and then let it simmer for 18. It's starting to boil, which is good news for us. So now what I do, I lower it down to a 2, grab a lid, and I put it on crooked. Hey Siri, set a timer for 18 minutes.
18 minutes, counting down.
And in 18 minutes, our rice will be ready. I'm gonna strain a can of black beans. Ta-da! And the rest in the back. I've been doing a lot of shaking for these beans. Hands are clean. We'll be back in just a little bit. I should probably put the heat on for that, huh? We'll be back to check on our rice. We'll do a quick bean update. I'll clean this up as well. And we're going, man. We're going. Cuban sandwiches. Let's go. I am sweating like a pig. It is hot in here in this tiny kitchen that I have over this direct heat. Yowza. Let's take a look at our rice. We're about 11 minutes away from it being ready. But again, you want a little bit of that steam to escape while you're cooking it. Just give everybody a little Mixy mix. Oh, the beans. Let's give them a little. Now, I reuse my sriracha bottle. So in here it's not sriracha, it is hot sauce. Just a little love to our beans. And clearly by a little, I mean a lot. Just spoon out. Give everybody a little get to know each other. Rice is done. Faster than I wanted, so now I gotta tell Siri, stop the timer.
It's cancelled.
British Siri, everybody. So now my brain says, and this might go against tradition, but this is what I want. Rice, beans, rice and beans. We're gonna mix everybody together. And this will now be set, left to cool on this non-heated, whatever, stovetop. And then eventually, once it's really cool, I'm gonna put it in a bin. We'll refrigerate, and then I'll heat back up on the stovetop once we're ready to serve. And we're just about 15 minutes shy away in my real time of checking on our pork. Okay, Christmas Mitten on the video means it's time to check how our pork is doing. Ooh, we got bubbles. Let's do a fancy flip. Hopefully we don't hurt ourselves. I need another set of tongs. And just do a flip 180 to the other side. We can see again our searing. There we go. I had to think of the word. That's just the first of many flips that we have going for us here, as this is going to take, again, 3 hours. We're only 40 minutes in, everybody. That's where we're at real time. But look at, by the way, look at the juice here. See the grease that's on the top? That's good. That's fat. That equals flavor. Shout out Sam, the cooking guy, for teaching me that. You should watch his YouTube channel. Honestly, he's way funnier than I am. But Christmas Mitten, back on. Let's do another timer for 40 minutes, and we'll see you back then. We're about 2/3 of the way done with our pork shoulder. Let's take a look. Ready? So here's what she looks like so far. We're in the final stretch. That's the good part. We're in the final stretch of this pork shoulder. It is starting to come apart a bit. Definitely not there, so it's still got another 40-ish minutes. Let's grab Christmas Mitten so we don't burn our hands. Let's get our accoutrement back up there, our onions and our garlic again to soak down some of that flavor. And I'm on board with what's happening, because very soon we're gonna get to shredding, then we're gonna get to making our Cuban sandwich. Lid goes back on. You got to see it before I did. Can this shred? So some of it is starting to... Oh, well, that's a mistake, buddy. There we go, clean some of that off. I actually might go ahead and cut this off. That might be adding some tension here. There we go. That twine, goodbye. There is one more. Let's hope that this starts to do what we want to do, otherwise we're going to be up for quite some time cooking. I'm just going to dig a little bit in there. I mean, it's definitely juicy. It does want to go. So what I'm going to do is keep piling on. And I'm going to start just ladling on some of the juices here. Eventually what will happen, this will start to shred. The other thing I have to do, which I totally forgot just right now, we got to flip. There we go. It's labor intensive, but it's worth it for a good sandwich, at least for me, because we made it. And it's going to be extremely full of flavor. All right, as we continue our cooking process, let's just go ahead and take a beat here. I moved it to the side. Things seem to want to maybe break apart. There's definite parts here that do want to break. And this is how we get the shredding. So see, some is starting to maybe get there. I've done better pulled pork. I've done better. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and call this, and the next time we see each other, and we'll have some coworkers around us, and we'll make some Cuban sandwiches at work, and all will be better. But it's getting there. All right, JK, I told you I would deal with this at work, but look, it's all really coming together right now. I also blame the mint mojito. So what I'm gonna do is put this in the little sifter that I have here. I'm gonna get as much of the meat out as I can into this, and then the juices back into that, and save the juices. Double Christmas gloves. Here we go. This is clearly not traditional. As you can hear, lots of juices are coming out. And trust me, I'm gonna save all of that. Nope, there's a little piece of meat in there I'm gonna take. So we're gonna let that drip just for a little bit. All right, so I transitioned everything back into our original pot just to shred everything up. I will finish this tomorrow at work for my coworkers to make real Cuban sandwiches. So the next cut will be at work. On our work, we actually have a kitchen at work, and there's only 4 of us there. This piled onto some bread, wrapped in what will end up happening, and I will show you this really quick before we get to the radio station. I'm gonna press the bread with a brick that is wrapped in foil. So what will happen is we'll have our sandwiches ready to go, and then I'm gonna press everything down with this extremely heavy brick. It is not a light brick. Good looking stuff. We'll see you tomorrow at work. All right, this is day number 3 of us attempting to make the Cuban sandwich. We're at work today because I had to finish it up. It was too late last night. So we're gonna reheat all of our ingredients. There's gonna be meat in here, rice and beans in there, and we're gonna press the sandwich here. So meat's ready to go, bread here. I'm measuring it out. I'm gonna have a sandwich about that big. So I've got a cutting board, world's worst knife. And then just cut it in half. Seriously, world's worst knife. I'm terrified I'm gonna cut myself. All right, now it's time to build the sandwich. If you've had Cubans before, you know you need mustard. So we're gonna put it down here. I know you can't, maybe you can see it. There we go, ham. There we go. Now let's put our pork down. Cheese. It's definitely not going to be a small Cuban. And then lastly, bread and butter pickles. Put our top on. And then in here, and I got a brick to weigh it down.
There you go.
That is Bill Mick. He is anxiously waiting a taste of our meat here.
It smells amazing and looks just as good. Lean into it, baby.
I am. I just don't want it to slide.
Keep her going. That looks good.
Thank you. And I am gonna flip. Oh! Ah, the brick is staying, all right. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this one out. And since I'm such a nice coworker, I'm gonna make some for the people at work. So this one will be mine. Ow, it's so hot.
That smells delicious.
And there's Mindy.
Sorry.
We're...
Sorry.
It's okay. Oh,
I'm
no.
so sorry.
We're good. Serving time. This is Mindy, everybody.
Hi guys. I'm starving.
So I also made rice and beans.
Oh my god, it's so good. He keeps yelling at me for
All
eating
right,
it.
so take yours. Yours is that
Okay,
one.
this one's mine. Oh my god.
I mean, it's a full traditional Cuban.
Cubano. Delicioso.
There we go.
All right, ready? Oh my god. The bread on the outside and delicious on the inside. Did you put the pickles? Oh, the pickles are in there too.
The rice and beans.
It gets all over your face, then you know it's good. Because
Wow.
Wingnut refuses to give me a napkin.
Wow.
Another successful dinner and drinks. Couldn't bring the drinks here because we can't do mojitos at work.
Oh, mojitos.
Again, we're going to keep the celebration going for Latinx and Hispanic Heritage Month. I think we're making our epis.
Oh my god. Con queso?
I don't know. We're going
I'm
to find
coming
out.
over. You're doing it here. Do it here.
We'll find out. So anyway, thanks for watching on YouTube. Make sure you go and check out our TikTok. Everything is in the link in the description in our link tree. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye.